So the typical way I would do that is I would go to the launcher, I would go to web, and I'd go to Google and I'll search for it. But that's too many steps. I have a full keyboard here. I want the keyboard to do the work for me. So let's see how the keyboard can do the work for me. If I press the center button and I go to the card view, I can just start typing. I can just type Spain tomato fight. But as I type SP, you see what it's doing. It's actually filtering information that is already on the device. So in this case, it's actually filtering my contact information. So it has a match for SP. So it shows me Spartacus's contact information. I can call him, or I can send him an SMS or an email right from here without even going to the contacts application. However, I'm not interested in that right now. All I want to focus on is the Spain tomato fight. So as I type that, you see what is going on. The device realizes that there is no match for that on the device. So it gives me options on how I want to get more information for that from the web. And one of the options for that is Google search. As I tap on Google, it will launch the web browser with the web search results for that query.
So local and web search.
Sorry?
Local and web search.
Yeah, and you can also do Wikipedia, as you saw in that list.
And this browser support Flash plugged in?
It doesn't have Flash plugged in. Did you guys hear the announcement that Adobe made yesterday? So Adobe announced yesterday that Palm has joined the Open Screen project, which is it's an industry project with a lot of industry leaders to get Flash on smartphones. And what they have announced is that they'll make it available by the end of this year. Okay. So the browser is WebKit browser. We have taken the WebKit open source core and we have done a lot of work on top of that to make it function really, really well. Let me show you some of the features of the browser. So I'm interested in the third link. So I go here into this web page. The web page looks very much like it looks on a desktop. I can double tap and it will snap into that particular column, just like I showed in email also. I can double tap and it will zoom out. If I double tap in this column, it's smart enough so it will only zoom into that column, and I can double tap and go back as well. You can obviously scroll the page around. I can also use multi-touch, and I can zoom in and zoom out on the page. Alright? Now, this is how you can move around on a web page. But what people are also interested is having multiple web pages open at the same time, which I don't think a lot of mobile devices allow you to do. Let's see how the pre handles that. So I can load a new card right from here, and it takes me to the browser. I can either enter a new URL or I can use one of the existing bookmarks. In this case, I have a bookmark for BBC, so I just tap on that and it will load the BBC website. Similar to what you did on the previous web page, you can double tap and you can zoom in. But for some people, this may still be too small and they want to have a bigger view. So you can turn this around and now you are in landscape mode. And if I'm demoing for a bunch of people at Mobile World Congress, I can also just turn it around and it actually turns 180 degrees, so you can read it on your side as well. So it's really useful for me to share this with someone who's standing across of me, and when I turn it back, now I can read it. So you have 360 degree rotation for web pages. But the question is, what happened to that previous web page that I had opened, the Spain tomato fight one? If I press center, I go back to the card view, and there you see that web page is open as well in a completely separate card. So every web browser window that we open, it is its own separate card. If I kill this one,
it's mixed with the other applications.
Exactly. It's a first-class citizen with all the other applications. Okay, I can have contacts open, calendar open, email open, and I can have multiple web browsers. So let me show you how we control even other things that are going on the device. Let's say music. So we've talked a lot about productivity and all that stuff. Let's talk about some entertainment. So we have a music application that can allow you to browse all the tracks by artists, by albums, by songs, by genres, by playlists, or you can just do shuffle of all the songs you have on the device. By the way, as I mentioned, there's a USB mass storage drive mode, so you can connect it to the PC and you can drag and drop music files, picture files, video files. And you see that the music is playing. We support album art. If I don't like this song, I can just flick it and it will actually change to the next track. You saw that the track changed. Let's say I press the center button and I go back to what I was doing earlier. It still shows a music icon on the bottom right, and it indicates that music is still playing. I can tap on this and it brings up the dashboard, so I can control the music right from here. I don't even need to go to the music application. I can pause it here. I can start playing it again. I can even change the track right from here, and you can see that even in the music application it is changing the track. And if I'm done, I can just kill the music card, and the dashboard also goes away.